STA 1224 Introduction to Statistical Software Lesson 2 Managing Data in MINITAB. There are three types of data: numeric data, text spaces and special characters, date and time. So if you look at the worksheet, you can see the numeric data, that's no change in here, but for text data C2, then you can see T here, and for date you can see D here. Right. Base for you bring to MINITAB. So here you can enter the data for column wise or row wise. So you can change by clicking arrow in here, the side of entering the data. Then copy and paste. You can copy the cells using this command or Control C, and generate a random data. You can generate random data calc, and by using following these steps. Then open file. You know how to open a file, and naming columns in worksheet, so that columns names cannot be longer than 31 characters and cannot start with the asterisk sign and cannot include the hash symbol. And commands you can add in two ways. That is, one way is with menu, and second one is the using session command. So most commands are use data in some way. Data are stored on worksheets, and the project can contain new worksheets. When you issue command by any method that uses the data, that command act on the current worksheet. The current worksheets can be easily identified with 3 asterisks in the title. So here there are so many worksheets, but you can easily identify there are 3 asterisks you can see in the current worksheet. And menu commands, you can take the menu commands from this menu bar. And session commands, to enable the session commands, we can go to the editor, enable commands. Right here you can see editor, you can go editor, then enable commands. Right. Then after enable command, you can see this MTB in there, right? So the way in editor enable commands, then you can see MTB in here, right? So then displaying data, so you can use print command to display the data in the worksheet. Here you can see there are some data in the column C1. You can print this column data in the columns by using the command print C1. Then you can see the data in the display, so columns as the here. Then notation used in MINITAB. So K denotes that's constant, C denotes the column, and E denotes the constant column or some matrix, M denotes matrix, and square brackets denotes optional argument, and C means you can list one or more columns, right? And saving the MINITAB file, that is same as the saving the file in other Word document or Excel document. You can save. And then formatting. So the first you can name the columns. So to name in the columns, you can use name, C1 height, C2 weight, likewise. So as an example, I will show you. I am going to name C1 as marks. So this is the way of naming C1. Right. Then you can change width. Go to the editor, column width, then you can assign values. And formatting a numeric column. So if you need to change number of decimal places related to the numeric column, so you can go to the editor, format column, then numeric. So here you can change it as numeric. And formatting date, again editor, format column, then you can select the date format from here. And deleting rows, we will consider how to delete the rows, columns. So you can go data delete rows, then you can see this type of dialog box, or you can use the session commands to delete the columns. I will show how we can delete rows by using the session commands or that menu bar. So we can delete rows by using the menu data, then delete rows, then columns need to delete. I am taking C1, C2 and C3, and rows 3 to 5, then yes, 3 to 5 rows are deleted in there. Okay, right. Then erase variables, erase any combination of columns including the names, constant and matrices. So you can go data erase variable. So data, then erase variables. So I am going to erase C1 and C3. Then what happened? C1 and C3 deleted in there. Okay, then input and output data. So the both commands read and set we can use to input the data. So read command expects the one row data one row at time, and set we can enter the data from column wise, for read row wise. And after type the command end, then typing the data for read and set is stopped. Then we have to end of the data, we have to use the end command. Then using the read command, so here you can write I am using a read command, read C1, then I can add 15, 25, then end. What happened? Then row wise that is entered. So I can read C2, C3 and C4. So I can enter the data of 12, 15 and 14, 14, 81, 16. Then and what happened? Then I entered data for column C2, C3 and C4 at once by using this way, read C2, C3, C4. Then we can add the data like this. Okay, right, this way. And we can use the set command as well. It means if we use the set C6, look at what happened. And then data are entered in column wise, right? Set C7, and here data are entered in column wise by using the set command. Then if you need to insert data, so here insert the data top of the column C1, C4. But to insert the data for the columns, then there should be one condition, this use of this command, length of each column should be equal. If the length is not equal, you can't use this command. So we will see how we can insert. If I need to insert at the beginning, I can write session command insert 0 in between 0 and 1, C1 to C4, right? C1 to C4, the data I am using 10 10 10 10, then end. What happened? Yes, then these 4 data are inserted. If I need to insert the data in between 3 and 4 columns, how I can 3 and 4 rows, how I can write uh, insert between 3 and 4 for the columns C1 to now in this time I use C1 to C2, right? Then 14 and 15, and another to 20 and 25, then end. I need to enter this data in between 3 and 4, right? 3 and 4 mean here after 25 14 and before this 25 and 14. We'll see what happens. Yes, what happened? These 4 data entered. So if we need to enter the data at the end, right, it means bottom of these columns, just we can write type insert, no need to specify the rows. In this time I'm going to insert C3 to C4, and datas are 100 50 then 20 and 30. Yes, some mistakes happen in here because I typed only one data, so I need to type it again, then end. What happened? Then 150 and 20 30 need to be entered for here. Yes, 150 20 30 entered. That's why how we can use the read command and set command, right, and insert. Okay, so these examples we discussed examples. Then define the constant. We use the let command. So it means you know that we can if we think about pi is 3.14, so like that is a constant, so if we can write like k1 equals 3.14, so it is entered as the 3.14, so we can see print k1. So what is the value here? K1 here you can see k1 equals 3.14 because we assigned k1 equals 3.14 earlier, right? Okay, then insert patterned data and stored constants. So here you can insert like this. You can use insert C10 we can type insert I'm going to insert for C6 data 1 to 3 1:3. Then what happened? Look at there, C6 is here now. 1 2 3 need to be entered for here. We'll see. We have to type end. Then 1 2 3 is entered for this column. That's how we can insert the patterned data. And insert rows. To insert rows you can go to editor, insert rows, choose editor. So if we editor, then insert rows, insert columns, you can insert rows and columns by using this menu command. Right. Then correcting data in the worksheet. Yes, suppose there are some mistakes in our worksheet. So suppose this 30 is wrongly entered, so we have to correct this to 100. So how we can correct this? What is the column? C4, then the row is 7. So we can write let C4 row number and within brackets column column number C4 within brackets row number, that is 7, equals 500, right? So what happened is look at here, this 30 should be corrected as 500. If I press enter, yes, that is changed as 500. Okay. Then display data using menu command. So we already used data, display data, so this is a menu command, or we can use the print command. We can write print C7, so it printed, and or print C1 to C4, that is printed. Okay, that is how we can display the data. And yes, print command we used. Then copy columns, we can use data copy columns. Here we can go data, then copy columns to columns, constants to constant, matrices to matrices, any way we can copy, right? That is explained how to copy data columns to columns. And here, yes, we can use session commands as well. How we cannot, if we need to copy C4 to C10, how we can write copy C4 to C10. Yes, that is copied here. Both this is copied. That is how we can use the session commands to copy the data, or you can use the data copy columns to columns, constant to constant, matrices to matrices, or anything you like, right? And another thing, if we need to copy data using some restrictions or some conditions, we can use the command use. Suppose we want to copy the columns C1, C2, C3 to the columns C5, C6, C7, but we are going to copy only the value 5 in C1. So here 5, here 5, here 5. If we copy it like this, you can see output like this. So we'll see how we can do in MINITAB. So we can type copy. We need to copy C1, column C1, C2 and C3 for columns C5, C6 and C7. Then here we typed semicolon because we have to add another condition, that's why we have to type here semicolon and end, then it's come subc. So we have to write type the command use, and C1 we are going to choose the C1 condition. We are going to copy only the columns which C1 equals to 5. So use C1 5 and full stop end. So here copied the data from C1 column C1, C2, C3 to column C5, C6, C7, but use the condition use C1 equals 5. So it is copied only the data which C1 equals to 5, right? Then you can use any conditions here, use by using the use command. Omit, yes, or we can use the omit. It means again we can use the omit command, or we can use this copy. In this time I'm going to copy C1, C2, two columns C8 and C9 semicolon. I am going to use C1 5 to 6. Yes, use C1 5 is to 6. What is the mistake done here? I didn't use the full stop, right? I am doing it again. Copy C1 C2 to C8 C9 semicolon, use C1 5 is to 6 full stop, then it is copied for here, right? Copied for here 5 and 6 only, right? Then again I'm going to copy C1 C2 for C11 and C12 semicolon. In this time I am going to omit 5, omit C1 equals 5 full stop. Then here what is happening now? So I am going to omit these rows which is 5 in the column C1. We'll see what happened. Yes, copied, but no 5 beside there, right? Okay, copying. Then codes, data variables. We can code the data numeric to numeric, numeric to text, and text to text, or text to numeric, right? Yes, we'll see here example. So we are going to code -2 -1 is to 0, -2 -1 in this column C1 C2 as 0 in column C4 C6. Here you can look at here -1 -2 in here, these in these places 1 2 3 4 5 6. What happened after typing this command? -1 comes 0, -2 0, -1 0, -1 0, -2 0, and this -2 0. That is how we can code these commands. We'll see how we can code. We can type code -2 -1 to 0 in C1 and C2, and we can enter this for the column C4 and C5. Yes, what happened? These -1 and -2 comes as 0 in there, right? Example 2. Now we are going to code values. It means we are going to grading. So there are some marks we have to code for the grades. So we'll see how we can grade this, right? Now these are the marks. So we have to code. We need to code 100 to 75, 100 to 75. Then we assign the grade A. Grade A we have to type within quotation marks, and 74 to 65, 65 as B, and 64 to 50 as C in column C1, and we need to create the grades in column C2. We'll see what happened. Yes, here it is graded 78A, 60C. Likewise it is graded. Then doing arithmetic operation with menu commands. So do the menu commands, you have to go for the calc. Then you can see take the calculator, then you can do the commands easily, right? I will show you how we can do the calculations using the session window, right? Yes, there are this the command is used, let command is used to do in the arithmetic operations in the session command here. Plus for add, minus for subtract, and asterisk for multiply, and slash for division, and 2 asterisks for the raise to the power. So we'll see how we can do the operations in mathematical operations. Okay, we will do some arithmetic operations. So suppose we need to add a column C1 and C2. So what we can write, let and we have to add for the C4, right? Then C4 equals C1 plus C2. Then what happened? These two added. 8 plus 4 12. Likewise, so we need to write let C5 equals C1 minus C2. Then these two add. Oh, if we need to sign power of this one, it means C2 column, we have to take the power 2 of the data in the column 2. Then what you have to do, we know that let C2 for take the power, we have to add 2 asterisks, then power 2. Then we need to assign for C7 equals C2 to the power 2. Then yes, that is squared, no, here. Or what are the other things? Or you can take K1, right? Let K1 equals 10, right? Then we can type let C9 equals C2 multiplied by K1, right? K1 is 10, no? Then we multiplied this C2 by 10, right? Likewise we can do that in any arithmetic operations using the let command. Okay, then make pattern data. So to make the pattern data, so you can go to the calc make pattern data. So here calc make pattern data, there are simple set of numbers, arbitrary set of numbers, text values, simple sets. Likewise there are so many options. Set, so if we need to add first number 3 to 20, step size is 2. So how we can add? Calc make pattern data, simple set of numbers, store pattern data. I am storing C15, right? First value is 3, then 20, then steps values are 2. We'll see what happened. Yes, 3, 5, 10 up to 20, it's added for this one. And next one, arbitrary set of data. So calc make pattern data, arbitrary sets of numbers stored in C14, and we can type arbitrary sets of numbers, any numbers, arbitrary numbers we can type, then it is entered to C14. Then next one is text values, right? So data calc make pattern data, then text values. So I am going to enter for C16. So red, green, blue. Likewise we can end. If we need to add 2 times each, we can 2 here, or we have to repeat the sequence another time, we can add 2 or any number you like. Then we'll see what happens. Red, 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 green, and again this is here 2 times it is added because we add those things. And then date and time. So we can use calc make pattern data, simple set of data. I'm stored in C18, start from today. We can add a date 3, so 2018 to 1 to 2018 to mistake happened, so we can write 10 to 10 in C18. Then datas are added here, dates added in there. Next, arbitrary set of times and values you can add. Then sorting data, right? We will see how to sort the data, and we can add data, then sort, right? And we can sort column C1, C2 and C3 by column C1, sorry, column by column C1, ascending or descending, and we have to store the data in original columns in current worksheet I C5, right? So I am going to arrange these 3 columns C5 to C6, C7. We need 3 now, and I'm going to arrange these data according to the ascending order of the column C1. Right here, 1, 2, then 1 is there, 1, 10, 20. It's arranged here. Likewise, I arrange these data into the ascending order of column C1. Right. Next, by C1 descending also, if you click the descending, it is arranging for the descending order. And next we'll see how to rank the data. For that we can use data rank. So here's some data. I'm going to rank these data in the C1 according we have to rank the data in the column C1. So how we can rank? We can type session command rank C1 to column C2. Yes, then ranked is okay. Then column and row statistics. So you know that these statistics we can find using the MINITAB as well. Sum, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, range, median, sum of squares, total, non-missing and missing numbers. Right. To the column statistics, we can find the column statistics here. We will discuss this through example. So the way of reaching for the path is calc column statistics. Okay, then we can count how many in the column C1. If we count it, how many there are? 8. Yes, 1 2 3 4 8. There are 8 in the column C1. So we can count by using the command count, or if we need to number of non-missing cells, so we can write n C1. There are no non-missings in the C1. Or if we need to find the number of missing values in C1, we have to write type n miss in C1. There are no missing values. If I deleted this, then we'll see what happened. N miss in C1, what happened? There are 1 missing value in here. Look at here, because I deleted that one. Okay, then if we need to I'm going to add value for the C1. Let C1 4 equals 10, right? And I need to find the mean of C1. So mean of C1 is 11.9375. If we need to find the median of C1, median C1, just we have to find the median is 12. Or if we need to find the minimum value of C1, we have to type minimum of C1, that is C1 equals 9. And if you need to find the maximum of C1, just we have to find maximum of C1, it is come as 50. Or if we need to find the standard deviation of C1, ST div C1, standard deviation is 2.14 539. That is easy, right? Just we have to type the this syntax only, right? And also you can do these calculations with the calculator as well. And we can next we see how we can do the row statistics. We can go to the calc row statistic, and I will explain how we can do the using the session command. Then again we can do the all things, but now we have read earlier we wrote count, then row count, R count in C1 to C3. How many? Sorry, I have to assign the C1 to C3, and it should be added to C5, then it's come as 3. Then Rn, it means number of non-missing values. So Rn C1 to C3, I need to add for the C6, it is also 3. And then row n miss C1 to C3, I need to add for C7, it is also 0. And we can find the mean, R mean, C1 to C3 I add for C8, that is 68. And we can write R maximum C1 to C3, and I need to add for the C10. It's come maximum values of here. And R minimum also we can find, minimum C1 to C3 I added for C11 here, that's 2 is the minimum value. And R is standard deviation ST div C1 to C3, and I am added to C15. These are the standard deviation values of this. Using the session commands, we use these session commands. And row wise statistics, again we used these session commands and found those things. And next one is the basic statistics. Basic statistics we can find by using these session commands: stat, basic statistics, descriptive statistics. Right, we can see these descriptive statistics by the variable gender. So the way stat, basic statistics, descriptive statistics, we will go stat, basic statistics, descriptive statistics. And we can take variables height here, variable height, and by the optional variable by gender. Press OK. So then it is come like this here. Same thing is coming there: descriptive statistic, height, gender, mean, standard deviation, all the things you can see here. And also you can store these descriptive statistics again for the columns here, like here. So here you can go stat, basic statistics, descriptive statistics, stat, basic statistics, store descriptive statistics. We can say that a variable is C1, we can select, and by optional gender, then press OK. Then it is stored in there. Then mean of females and mean of male, it is stored in this worksheet. Right, that is all about this lesson. So if you have any problem, you can ask from me. And also I am going to explain through a practical I am going to explain more this. Okay, thank you very much.